Billy, let's go on a candlelight walk together, huh?
Sounds like a date. Sure you want to be around me with an open flame?
I want to see those starlights, those twinkles in your eye, Mr. Thorpe. All right, it is 9 a.m. in the Mile High City on this Thursday, November 20th, 2025. Good morning, Denver, Colorado. You've tuned in to the Jeff and Bill Show, News Talk 710. KNUS. I'm your co-host, Jeff Hunt, along with Bill Thorpe, bringing you the freshest insights, hottest takes from the right, left, and center. We're going to talk with Alexandra Vanderpool. She's the Senior Manager of Events and Marketing for the City of Littleton. They got their upcoming Candlelight Walk, as well as some holiday things happening in Littleton. It's so beautiful down that main street right there. Not going to want to miss this conversation. Good stuff for your family to do coming up. Now is time, though, for news and comment with Blake Olson.
Blake Olson.
Blake Olson, news and comment.
Hey, good morning. It is Thursday, 43 and cloudy in Denver, expecting a high of 52 today. A good chance of some rain in parts. News sponsored by Pastor Camp Heating and Air Conditioning at 303-777-1234 to learn more about special savings opportunities on Lennox equipment. Our top story, the release of the Epstein files, is still up in the air. DJT signed the bill Wednesday, calling for the release after it passed by Congress. And more than likely, they'll have 30 days before it is released. More jobs than expected were added in September. That's according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. A report this morning showed around 119,000 jobs were added. That's up from around 4,000 jobs lost in August. The BLS also said the unemployment rate came in at around 4.4%, which is the highest it's been since October of 2021. Funeral services for former Vice President Dick Cheney underway. Creepy Joe, Barry Soetoro, W, Kamala Khan, Mike on the Fence, Global Warming Al Gore, and Dan Quayle, Potato, are all there in attendance. 47.
Dan Quayle!
I knew.
I
knew you were going to love that.
Yeah, we have a quail sighting. This is great.
Yeah, yes. Well, I don't see the video. Did you see him?
No, I haven't. But
I want to see what he looks like.
I tried to get him to come to CCU when I was working there.
Did you?
And if you Google Dan Quayle, I was able to find a website.
Uh-huh.
I think he's still here. VicePresidentDanQuayle.com.
Awesome.
And
I love Dan Quayle.
It was a website that was made in 1989 or somewhere close to that. And they still haven't updated it. Yes.
Really? Oh, that's awesome.
Absolutely awesome. You can fill out a little contact form for Kathleen Murphy and try to get, never heard a response.
Never got back
I think
to
he's
you?
down in Arizona now. I think he's living the good life.
Yeah, he plays a lot of golf. That's where I interviewed
Scottsdale.
him. I interviewed him at a couple of celebrity events in Dallas. He loved golf. He was fun. He was fun. But talk about blowing things out of proportion, not being able to spell potato.
Well, yeah, and then like that becomes your legacy, which is kind of wild. But
yes.
I mean, if you want to go back in kids and see what websites look like in the early days, VicePresidentDanQuayle.com. VicePresidentDanQuayle.com.
Oh, okay. That ought to be good. I can't wait to see the font style in there.
I don't think they've updated a picture since probably 92.
That's great. I'll check. I got to check that out. All right, DJT and New York City Mayor-elect Kami Dani are set to meet at the White House tomorrow. That ought to be fun. Wow. Trump said that Kami Dani asked for a meeting which will take place at the Oval Office. He's 34, of course. He's a globalist, leftist, Marxist.
Just to go back real quick, on VicePresidentDanQuayle.com, you can order the audio cassettes of his books.
Is that right?
Yes.
Audio
You
cassettes.
get the audio cassettes for his books.
That's
At
awesome.
vicepresidentdanquayle.com.
Great. So if you need to sleep, you're having a tough time sleeping.
Here's the other part: is who still has a cassette player? That's what I can't figure out is where are you gonna get one of those? I mean, and this is okay, super creepy idea, yet also very, very funny. What I'm envisioning is you got to go down to Goodwill and you find yourself a Teddy Ruxpin. Then you get the Dan Quayle audiobook, and you have Teddy Ruxpin read you the Dan Quayle audiobook. That's a visual. That's what you need to do.
That is a great idea. Oh man, I love it,
Dude. And don't even tell your kids about it. Just
not
put
at
it
all.
in their rooms and watch them.
Yes.
absolutely.
Oh, it's fantastic. If only it could be a Furby, so super
man.
creepy. If it could just be a Furby, that'd be super creepy. Not just Teddy Ruxpin. That'd be wonderful. Yeah.
Dan Quayle's voice coming out.
That's so funny. Oh God! All right, in case you missed it, federal authorities have indicted 15 people, including the alleged leader of a drug trafficking organization, following Colorado's largest meth seizure ever. David Oleski, DEA Rocky Mountain Field Division, says more than 1,100 pounds of meth were taken off the streets after a 2-year investigation.
The quantities of methamphetamine trafficked and seized from this organization are one for the record books.
That is awesome. The operation, led by DEA, FBI, ICE, and other agencies, targeted a Denver-based drug trafficking organization tied to Mexican cartels. Agents seized meth hidden in homes, boxes of squash without the cinnamon on top, and on buses, along with cash, firearms, and vehicles. 11 suspects are in federal custody, while 4 are believed to be in Mexico, and all face potential decades in prison. U.S. Attorney Peter McNeely.
The culmination of an investigation that targeted a large methamphetamine trafficking network, which touched several communities here in Colorado and reached all the way into Mexico.
All right, congratulations to them. The Nuggets were in the Big Easy last night.
Pusher there by JJ.
Behind the back, Watson throws it down. What a night for Peyton Watson.
He bounced past that before Peyton broke the free throw line.
Yes, Scotty was so correct on that. Just a beautiful pass from Jokic behind the back. Watson started to take off, cut to the basket, and he made that pass early. I mean, it's just beautiful. He makes it look easy, but incredible.
Yeah, it's like an NFL pass from him because in the NFL, you see, they always talk about the quarterback having to throw to where the receiver is going to be.
Yep.
But because of how small the basketball court is, you don't have to lead your teammates as much. But Jokic sees this game on a different level. So he saw the move before it happened, and then when his teammates started to cut, he knew exactly where he was going and dropped the ball in his path. That's magic.
Back door. And then, you know what? If there are any young ones listening right now, because I know our audience is huge with elementary school listeners.
Enormous.
But if you're a grandparent, teach your grandkids how to throw to where they're going to be.
Yep.
Throw to where, or kick it, what do you call it? A cross, a pass in soccer. Pass it where they're going to be.
Pass it where they're going to be, and also
not where they are.
And the other part that you watch with Jokic in that behind the back pass is the touch. He's not pushing it too hard. He's not pushing it too soft. Making sure that when your teammate gets that ball, they can collect it in a shooting motion as soon as possible is also of paramount importance. You go back and listen to some of the great point guards, and they'll talk to people about the fact that they would figure out how their teammates needed to catch the ball in order to shoot the ball. And so they would change how they would throw the ball to different players based on how they wanted to catch it so they would be ready in the shooting motion. And that's what Jokic is doing. How he's kicking that ball behind his back is he's delivering it in exactly the right amount of power so that you don't have to, run too fast. You don't have to worry about bringing it back behind you. All you have to do is collect and finish. That's perfect. He's amazing. He's incredible.
I agree. Another triple-double for him.
He's just setting records over and
yeah,
over
he
and
is.
over and
yeah,
over.
he is, man.
Yeah.
It's just awesome. He's at the peak of his career right now, and just got to take it all in and appreciate it. 42 in Lone Tree, 41 in Lafayette, and 43 in Denver. You're waking up with Jeff and Billy. Get your nicknames into Bill. I love the nicknames on the text board, on the wall of hell, or whatever Peter calls it.
Yes.
Right? What's he called? The wall of shame? What's
Wall
he
of
called?
shame or something like that. Yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah.
Get your nicknames in. Like Big Sexy, right, Billy?
Yes, like Big Sexy, our friend Brian. Yes, we got so
Yeah.
many. We've got Kierfan, we've got Jacqueline. We've got so many people sending him in. I've
Love
got, Chato has sent in. We've got, what is it, Crestmore OG. Yeah, there's so many that are throwing them in. This is good.
I love it.
Exactly.
Kamala Khan, come on, someone use that.
There
one.
we go.
Blake Olson, News Talk, 710 KNUS.
A pleasant, mild day on this Wednesday. Temperatures in Denver will reach the low to mid-60s, a mix of high clouds and sun, 30s tonight. Increasingly cloudy, cooler Thursday, highs lower 50s early in the day, turning colder later on with developing showers. Areas of rain and snow mix developing Thursday night, continuing into the day Friday, and cooler. 30s Thursday night, temperatures on Friday only making the 40s. There'll be accumulating snow in the higher elevations and foothills. Temperatures will remain cool, but conditions dry for the weekend. Meteorologist Don Day in the 710 KNUS Weather Center.
Well, it's holiday time in Colorado, and there's some great opportunities out there for you. One of my favorites is with the City of Littleton, their Candlelight Walk. Joining us to give us some insight is Alexandra with the City of Littleton. Good morning, Alexandra. Thank you for taking time to join the Jeff and Bill Show.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Tell us all about the Candlelight Walk.
The Candlelight Walk returns to downtown Littleton on Main Street on next Friday, November 28th. The festivities begin at about 5:30. Actually, take that back. They can start at 5 because we have free photos with Santa this year at Creative Space just off of Main and Curtis. And then we'll have great street performers, music, fun foods. You can even get a spirited cocktail for adults 21 and plus. And then we'll have a parade with Santa, the Grinch, and then we'll close it out with a really awesome drone show.
It's always great with Littleton. You guys create and foster such a wonderful community. We're talking with Alexandra Vanderpool. She's Senior Manager of Events and Marketing for the city about the upcoming Candlelight Walk. If you go to visitlittleton.org and then click on their events tab, you'll find details about it. Visitlittleton.org. It's that special time of year. Why should people take their families and their kids? I mean, what kind of joy it comes to the families? Kind of describe the atmosphere for folks.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really great way to kick off the holiday season. I think a lot of families are in town or together for Thanksgiving, and so we get right into it day after Thanksgiving. I know it's the same day as Black Friday, but we encourage folks, do your shopping and then come to the event. It's just a great way to start the holidays. We've got the Main Street decorated with trees, lit trees and garland, and the stores. A lot of the stores will be open with great holiday specials. And then we're encouraging folks, if you come to the Candlelight Parade, please come back on Saturday, the next day, Saturday, Small Business Saturday. All of our boutiques and restaurants will be open, and encouraging everyone to support local.
That's Alexandra Vanderpool, Senior Manager, Events and Marketing for the City of Littleton, joining Jeff and Bill live. We're talking about the Candlelight Walk that is coming up Friday, November 28th. They're going to start Santa Picks at 5 o'clock, 5:30 is when all the major festivities start. And again, it's free Santa photos. Free Santa photos. I'm just saying free Santa photos. Because all the parents that have sat in the malls and understand that line, the idea of getting the kids out into something that builds a community, something that is enjoyable, like the candlelight walk, plus you add a free photo with Santa that you can knock off of that list of to-do things early on in the holiday season. That is a home run for so many families. Now, Alexandra, talk to the listeners about possible shopping that will be available during this candlelight walk, because you did refer to Black Friday. Everybody in the audience is getting all of those sales, all that push, all that marketing about buy, 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 buy. Now, here, your focus is not on buy, but if the family wanted to wander around and maybe get a couple of things for friends, family members, even explore shops they're not familiar with. Is that going to be an option during the candlelight walk? Because I'm thinking candlelight walk, less stress, cocktails. Now that's Black Friday shopping.
That's a great question. A lot of the businesses will be open towards the beginning of the event. And we will be listing those businesses that will be open on our website. Visit littleton.org/candlelight. There's a page of, know before you go, I think it's what it's called. And we'll have a lot of those businesses open, but a lot do close shortly before the parade starts because they want to be a part of it. So I would recommend come early, check the stores out, get some shopping done. And then, stay for the festivities. If it's not a day for shopping for you, but you want to come back on Small Business Saturday, that's even better.
Now, that makes a lot of sense because, of course, the shops want to be closed during parade time. Just like if you're at the Disney Main Street Parade, nobody's wandering out of the shops that are there on Main Street at the time either. What time does that parade kick off so that the listeners, you outlined it earlier, but I remember I've neglected to write it down. What time does the parade start?
The parade starts at 6:30, and it should end. We've got a ton of parade entries, floats and walking groups this year, all illuminated. We've got music groups that are walking. It's really a breathtaking view. The parade should end around 7, a little after 7, with Santa at the stage. We've got this great big decorated stage in front of the melting pot. And thanks to our sponsors from Oak Street Interiors and St. Nick's, both local businesses, they've decorated the stage beautifully this year. And so the event will end in front of the stage, and then we'll have a great drone show afterwards.
Oh, now it's not now again.
Melting pot.
Melting pot, Jeff's favorite.
Good. We're going to be there Friday, actually. And what's cool about Littleton is it's like a living, real-life example of all those Hallmark movies. Right?
That's a great way to describe it. That's
it's such a small little town, but it's got like the main street with all the shops and then all the trees lit up.
It's got personality.
It's got personality, and it's like living that out in real life. And so, what a great place to make memories. Talk about some of the floats that people may see out there. Who's going to be walking in this parade?
Boy. I don't want to give too much away, but we have the Town Hall Art Center does a great float each year. And so the parade, a lot of the float entries are local businesses or local artists. We really encourage, everyone local to participate and make it bigger and better. So I know Town Hall Art Center has a float. I don't want to give away the theme. The Littleton Ballet has a great float. And then we partner with some really talented character actors that they don't have a float, but their presence in walking is incredible. They're acrobatic, they're illuminated, they're on skates. So I think that is really going to be a cool attraction.
Oh, that's Alexandra Vanderpool, Senior Manager of Events and Marketing for the City of Littleton. We're talking about the Candlelight Walk that is happening Friday, November 28th. Everything starts at 5:30, but you can show up a little bit earlier to get some shopping done. The parade kicks off at 6:30. Only going to last you about a half an hour. This is a chance to experience that small town Hallmark style Christmas right here in the heart of Denver. It's not going to be an easier path to drive. You don't have to even leave the city. It is absolutely fantastic, and it will be on Black Friday. Don't worry about the stress in all of those stores. You can take care of things earlier in the day, doing some light shopping as you wander around downtown Littleton. You can hook up with those free Santa photos. Yes, I said free Santa photos. They kick off at 5 o'clock, and then the candlelight walk starts at 5:30. Now, Alexander Vanderpool, what is your favorite part of the event? What is it that fills your Christmas basket during this candlelight walk?
I would say the people. Like everything we're doing, none of it really matters or does much without the community. And seeing the kids' faces light up when Santa comes down in his flow, or seeing how much both adults and kids love Santa and the Grinch. And then the sounds that I hear from everyone during the drone show, because it's an amazing animated drone show, and I've worked with the company to pick out different designs this year, and just hearing the sounds from the crowd, like wow, oh my God, it moves, just the joy fills my cup.
So, Alexander, you're saying that maybe next year, if you're picking out the designs, we could slip you a couple of bucks and you put the Jeff and Bill show up there. I'm just spitballing here. We'll talk about that later offline. Not here, not right now. Okay. Now, talk to me a little bit about some of the things that families will find that are more unusual. You talked about the people that are, wandering around during the parade that are illuminated. What are some of those undiscovered, either experiences, businesses that might be a hidden gem that someone will experience during the candlelight walk, or even businesses that are there on site? Again, they're going to be closing by the time the 6:30 parade starts, but again, we mentioned free Santa photos. That starts at 5 o'clock. So you can get some easy, non-pressure Black Friday shopping knocked out of the way. But what are some of those undiscovered gems that our audience can find in downtown Littleton?
Yeah, well, I would say, first of all, come a little early, obviously for shopping, but for parking. You want to get good parking. And as you stroll down Main Street, I have my favorites. So Ranke Brothers, which has been just off Prince and Main Street for many, many years, is a one-of-a-kind business that you just can't find anywhere, really, anymore. It's like an old school prop shop, but you can get decor for the home for Halloween or for Christmas. They have lots of Christmas costumes that you can rent right now. I know a lot of folks like to have Santa in their home or have the Grinch in their home. He's got great costumes. It's just an experience to walk through there, whether you buy anything or not. It's a gem. I highly recommend going there. They're just off of Main on Prince.
Yeah, Ranke Brothers kind of reminds me of old school Wizard's Chest. Not as much of the game side of things, but that magical experience of wandering in and going, wow, this is different. I'm sorry to interrupt. Yeah, continue.
Yeah, you just don't find places like that anymore. I would continue down Main a little bit further and go on to Nevada. What is that? North on Nevada. Just right there is a cute little shop called Juniper Seed Mercantile. It's very tiny, but the walls are stocked with perfect gifts, really. Everything is locally made, organic, lotions, face soaps, hand soaps, household cleaners, things for your pets, you name it. And she makes it all right there upstairs. It's incredible. It's an experience to just pop in there. I highly recommend it. Yeah, there's quite a few. We've got Honeymead Winery just down the street. You can get, if you've never had mead, they have a huge selection of a variety of flavors of mead that you just would never think of. And they all taste very different. I highly recommend popping in there. It's also a really festive place to go to for the holidays.
Oh yeah, there's something special. I mean, it's okay. The adult cocktails are fantastic, but beer at a night when it's getting a little cooler doesn't really hit right. Mead, yeah, that's what you need to be drinking when you're wandering around during the Littleton Candlelight Walk. Now, Alexandra, we did have a shout out to Adam, who runs our video room, comes running down the hall and goes, you got to tell him about the olive oil store. He couldn't remember the name, but he's like, there's an entire store that does nothing but these specialized olive oils. And he said it's incredible because by going in there and picking a specific style of olive oil, it can change the aroma and flavors inside of what you're cooking at home. So it can add some extra depth to some of those, more traditional type of recipes. You can add a little bit of extra flavor, and the family might really be surprised with some of those layers that you can add in and think that you've gone to some sort of cooking class. So he was like, yeah, I got to shout out that olive oil store. He said it sounds crazy, but it's absolutely fantastic when you get in there. Now that we have Alexandra Vanderpool, Senior Manager of Events and Marketing at the City of Littleton, we've got one of the insiders. That's why you're listening here to the Jeff and Bill Show. We're talking about the Candlelight Walk, Friday, November 28th. Everything kicks off at 5:30. Show up a little bit earlier in order to get those free Santa photos, get in line, and also do some early Black Friday shopping with adult beverages and without all the stress of pushing through someone and smashing them over the head because you want that TV. Much less stress. And the parade start time, remember, it's 6:30 p.m. is when they're stepping off smartly. Now, Alexandra, I'm focusing on that parade. Since you're an insider and you know a lot about the history and you know about the downtown Littleton, where should our listeners plan on setting up to have the best seats for both the parade and the drone show? Where would you recommend they go?
Boy, that's a really good question. There really isn't a bad spot. I would say, anywhere on Main from like Rio Grande / in between Rio Grande and Sycamore, all the way down to even like Curtis is a great spot. To either side of the street, line up. You're going to get the parade no matter what on either side of the street. And then with the drone show, last year I watched the drone show from Rio Grande in Maine, and it was an incredible visual. And even folks that were close to the melting pot, it was an incredible experience for them too. So you can't go wrong. The drone show just takes up so much of the sky. You just have a great view from, anywhere from the top to the bottom of Main Street.
You don't have to spend a fortune to have a great holiday experience. Yes. The City of Littleton providing it with a candlelight walk Friday, November 28th, 2025. Experience the magic of the holiday season at downtown Littleton's Candlelight Walk and Parade. Stroll along Main Street as it comes alive with twinkling lights, festive performances, sweet treats, and holiday cheer. Then gather with the family and friends to watch the illuminated parade, followed by a spectacular drone show that will light up the night sky. It all starts at 5 with pictures with Santa. Then the magic will turn on Main Street at 5:30, the parade beginning at 6:30. Friday, November 28th. Alexandra Vanderpool, Senior Manager of Events and Marketing with the City of Littleton, joining us. Thank you so much for your time this morning.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you guys for having me.
You can learn more at visitlittleton.org/candlelight. Visit littleton.org/candlelight.
Free Santa photos.
Free Santa photos.
That's worth the price of admission. It's free anyway. But still, come on, parents, you know about that. Free Santa photos. You can knock that thing out day after Thanksgiving. That is a win. It's a home run. You do a little bit of shopping. The kids get a parade. You get a drone show. You're hanging out with some adult beverages, enjoying the evening, and you knock that Santa picture off the list. Come on. What are you waiting for?
We'll continue. You're listening to the Jeff and Bill Show.
This is Denver's Talk Leader, News Talk 710 KNUS.
Welcome back to the Jeff and Bill Show. Lots of things to do, including, Bill, you and I are going to be at the Castle Rock Starlight this Saturday.
We are out in public. Yes, we are going to be let loose yet again.
Hosting one of the side stages there.
Yeah,
right?
there's no way they're letting me on the main stage. You sure? Me? No. They don't dare do that one. No, we're going to be in one of the side stages, hanging out in Castle Rock this weekend. If you see us wandering around or see us near the stage, come on over, say hi. We'll hang out with you for a while. But yeah, we'll be getting up on stage, introducing whatever the hell they want us to introduce, and then wandering around the Christmas market for a while. It's a fun event for families. I really, really enjoy it. But again, we can't tell you where to find us because we have no idea what stage we're going to be on. But remember, they shut down part of downtown Castle Rock. So driving into the town, that's a no-go. Don't do that. What you want to do is you want to park over at the high school and ride the bus in. That bus cycles fairly quickly. It's not a long wait. If you're out there, the parking is so much better, and it's easy to take that shuttle bus right on back. So don't try to drive into Castle Rock. Go park at the high school and then ride the bus on in, and come and see us. Again, if we're just wandering around, the street, just say hi. Come on over, say hello, stop us, and we'd love to hang out with you for a while. But yeah, we're going to be standing on stage, being a little silly sometimes.
Bill, you remember that Colorado Civil War monument?
Oh,
that was outside the Capitol.
Yeah,
like
I do
disappeared
that.
5 years ago, and no one ever brought it back.
Yeah.
Well, there's an editorial in the Gazette going, "Hey, can we get that back?" Remember?
Yeah, exactly.
And Colorado wasn't even a state during the Civil War. We were a territory, but we contributed an estimated 4,000 to 5,000 soldiers who served on the Union side.
Wow.
And in fact, 500 of them gave the ultimate sacrifice in battles. Their deaths in a war that killed more Americans than any other conflict to this day comprised a startlingly high proportion of Colorado's entire population at that time. Their sacrifice was memorialized in a bronze statue of a Civil War soldier sculpted by Civil War veteran Jack Howland and placed on the west side of the state capitol building in 1909. Stood there for 111 years. And then the lunatic progressives during the George Floyd riots said, "Civil War statue? Tear it down."
Yeah.
Even though it represented the lives lost of Union soldiers who fought to end slavery.
Yeah, there are. You and I have talked about this, that sometimes the protesters just need to spend more than 60 seconds on the social media or the Google box just to see that if you're going to attack something and tear it down, why and what it's there for, you morons. I think that it needs to be back. It should be back. And part of it is because this should be part of Colorado's history. I mean, what you outlined right there, think about as a kid when you're going through Colorado history class, and this can be elementary, middle school, or even high school, the idea that you're part of a state that not only is the centennial state, but contributed troops to the Union when we were only a territory. So we went and we fought in a civil war for something that not necessarily would directly impact us right away because we hadn't joined the Union yet. That is effing commitment. That's serious. How proud could you make little Colorado school kids and some of those teenagers as well that aren't paying attention in history class either? How proud could you make them about our state, giving them the understanding that even though we weren't part of the Union, we stood up and did the right thing. We went and put on the right coats, and we went and fought on the right side of history before we were even a part of that long-term American history. That's one damn cool story to sell. And then you go down and you tell the kids about the statue, and you go and see it. Come on.
It's been 5 years. At the time, Polis put out this statement: "I'm outraged at the damage to a statue that commemorates the Union heroes of the Civil War who fought and lost their lives to end slavery." Polis said in a public statement, "The statue will be repaired, and we will use every tool at our disposal to work with Denver police and to hold accountable those responsible for the damage, whether they are hooligans, white supremacists, Confederate sympathizers, or just drunk teenagers," he said.
I'm going with drunk teenagers.
As of the news report by the Gazette made clear last week, the memorial is yet to be returned to its rightful place. It remains in limbo, theoretically on long-term loan to History Colorado. Just weeks ago, the statue's pedestal was removed from the Capitol grounds and turned over to the Department of Military and Veterans Affairs. No one in authority for our state government, including the governor, has appeared willing to explain why the statue hasn't been returned or when it will be. The pedestal bore 4 plaques, three of them commemorating Civil War battles and one incorrectly listing the infamous Sand Creek Massacre, the heinous 1864 attack on an encampment of some 250 unarmed Cheyenne and Arapaho women, children, and elders, had no historical connection to the Civil War or the statue. But that shouldn't prevent the statue itself from being returned. A resolution adopted by the legislature last spring approved the installation of a memorial to the Sand Creek Massacre on the Capitol's west grounds. Such a memorial is fitting, says the Gazette. However, neither the resolution nor one adopted by the legislature a year earlier instructing the Department of Military and Veterans Affairs to place the Civil War monument at the department offices or at another appropriate location addresses returning the monument to where it was originally authorized to be by law. It is imperative our state government do just that. Return the monument to the grounds at the Capitol where it belongs without further delay, so all Coloradans and visitors to our state can experience it. Time is of the essence because next year is our state's 150th birthday. That's a great point.
Oh, yeah. It's a very good point.
Let's get this. Like, it was a weird box forever, just kind of around where the monument used to be.
Here's the weird thing. This is what worries me. Is any time we have a politician saying time is of the essence, we're screwed. Tell me when they've done anything quickly. That's the problem. As soon as they say this is something that is a priority, I'm like, crap. There goes our chances of getting this done anytime soon. They just can't do that. They have no priority.
Jared Polis has dancing TikToks to do.
Yeah, exactly. And he's still working on that emergency fire glass breaky thing. He's still
remember that?
Still frustrates him. Yes.
Such a dork.
I am going to tease him about that as long as I can because that is ridiculous. That is dumb.
And you had to put the glasses on?
Well, yes. 1, had to put the glasses on. 2, obviously didn't test it. 3, the glass panel just falls and it just... Okay, from the world of pro wrestling, if you're going to do the spot, make sure the spot works first. If you're going to do the giant exploding ring, make sure the explosion goes off when you think it will. Otherwise, you're left standing in the ring thinking, there should be a big explosion. Nothing happens there.
I think voters in Denver are so dumb that they would hear Civil War statue and think that somehow it's racist.
Yeah, I think so too. Either that or they might think it's a suggestion and they think they have to start signing up. That's the problem.
All right, let's talk Black Eyed Pea of Colorado, locally owned and run by Steve and Michelle. I love this restaurant. They got 8 locations, so there's sure to be one near you. Make it a family night and take them out to eat at the Black Eyed Pea restaurant. Thanksgiving's going to be here next week, and you can be thankful that you don't have to actually cook. Only if you don't want to. The Black Eyed Pea will be open on Thanksgiving Day from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and will be serving all of your holiday favorites, roast turkey and stuffing, glazed country ham, slow-cooked pot roast, and your choice of 2 sides. For dessert, choose between pumpkin or pecan pie or their cherry cobbler. Perfect for the whole family. And heads up, holiday catering is available if you're doing that family gathering at home this year. So you can show up with beautiful Black Eyed Pea food. It's so good. Everyone's going to love you. Why not get it catered? Black Eyed Pea gift cards are always perfect for your spouse, birthday favors, or holiday presents, or as a thank you to someone special. Give them a gift card. My family loves this restaurant. The whole family does. My parents, my kids, my wife, and I. I know you'll love it as well. Keep it in Colorado. Make it Maha and visit the Black Eyed Pea near you. And we'll continue with your phone calls and texts. Do you think that the Civil War monument should go back up? And do you blame Polis for taking 5+ years to do so? It's getting a little ridiculous at this point. We're celebrating our state's 150th birthday next year. It's a time to get it back up. Would love to hear from you. Give us a call at 303-696-1971 or text us at 720-819-5115. That's the Dan Capitalist Law text line, 720-819-5115. You're listening to The Jeff and Bill Show.
This is Denver's talk leader, News Talk 710, KNUS.
Welcome back to the Jeff and Bill Show. A reminder, I'll be out with Turning Point USA at the Colorado School of Mines today at 5 o'clock if you want to come join us. Would love to see you out there. We're going to have a lot of fun just kind of poking fun at the jokers and clowns that run this state and the types of laws that they pass and the impact that it's having. I've got a top 10 list, Bill. Top 10
really doing the Letterman thing. I like that.
Laws passed in Colorado recently.
Oh, that's nice.
And Mikey Johnston holds a prominent role. He's the mayor of Denver. his hotels from hell and all that other stuff.
Now, again, if you're curious about what Jeff is talking about, go and see him today. Turning Point USA, the gathering happening in Colorado School Mines. That time today again is, sir?
5 o'clock. If you go to x.com/Jeff Hunt, you'll find the details there. It'll be a lot of fun. And, I mean, this is hard for me to talk about.
Yeah, tell me.
Because the kids that are from Turning Point at Colorado School Mines were out tabling earlier this week, encouraging people to attend, and a group of ne'er-do-wells showed up with healthcare applications to encourage the kids to sign up for healthcare, that somehow hosting this event was going to result in people being injured and violent and stuff like that too. And I would just remind people, I get joking and laughing and all that other stuff, but a reminder, there's families involved in this stuff, right? So my kids are hearing dad's going off to talk and doing a Turning Point event after they know what happened to Charlie.
Now, I had that idea. I'd be curious about the people that were there handing out those health insurance forms because, again, I am not above making a scene in public. And so that's the part where those that are fans of the old Beavis and Butthead would understand that the great Cornholio starts popping out of me like, are you threatening me? Are you threatening me? That's where it would go. That's where that conversation would go, is I would love to get the chance to have them justify what they're passing out and why. Yeah.
I mean, if it's a debate on healthcare, by all means, please come. And I did tell Turning Point, I'm going to take questions. Here's the thing that I always say, people that are either frustrated with who I am and what I stand for. I host a show where you can call in and tell the entire city how dumb you think I am.
Yes.
You're welcome to do that.
I get it on the daily on the text messages. So I get it. I'm right there with you, my friend.
You are. There's no point in resorting to violence.
No.
You know, you can come and ask questions. You can embarrass me with your wit and your intelligence for the whole room, for the whole city to see. Please do so.
Exactly. I
Don't
mean, the idea is
shoot people.
That's how you go viral. That's the right way to do it. Is if you think that there's something Jeff's doing that is so wrong there, come and he'll take questions and do it in the spirit of Charlie Kirk. The idea of open, honest communication and debate is where we all begin to understand each other. That's the important part. That it's about understanding where everybody's coming from, not about the idea that your words are so bad and so offensive to me that I need to prevent you from saying them. Remember, our First Amendment is there to protect those things you hate the most that someone is being said. It's very easy to agree with them. You believe in the First Amendment and free speech, you protect those people that are speaking things you disagree with. Until then, you're not a real supporter of the Free Speech Amendment. You're not. First Amendment's not
Well
yours.
said, my friend. Come out and join us, and especially if you're a conservative, we can laugh a little bit, right? We have zero control in the state.
Yeah, this is a funny speech you got set
So
up.
why
this is a good
not?
one.
Why not just make fun of the jokers and clowns? All right, we'll be back tomorrow. You've been listening to the Jeff and Bill Show.
Speaking of jokers and clowns, yes, this is Denver's Talk Leader. We are News Talk 710 CAN US. Reminder, it's Thursday. We've almost made it. Tomorrow's Friday. Good luck today.